Hey, hi, this is Mike Hendrickson from Fluent 2012 in San Francisco. I'm here with Sarah Allen from devChix. Sarah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Sure. So how has this conference been for you? Are there a lot of people coming up and wanting to know what's going on?
Yeah, it's been a great conference. There's been a lot of interest at the booth.
Okay. And so what is it you guys are doing, devChix?
So devChix is an international organization that's mostly in the U.S., and it's a virtual group where working developers and aspiring developers get together online and just answer questions, trade stories, give each other tips on their startups or their day jobs or technical tips. And we also have a blog where we highlight different things that our members and other women in technology are doing.
And what inspired this?
It was inspired by Desi McAdam and Nola Stowe were tired of being the only women in the room and really were looking for who were the women ahead of them, who were the women that they could be inspired by. They were really looking for a community. So they created this list, and then they would, when they came across women, which are in some pockets of technology rare, they would invite them to be on the list. And so it grew organically and now is really a great community of women where there are very experienced developers and women who are really trying to get into the field.
How big is the organization or list?
That's a good question. I don't know offhand.
Bigger than a bread box?
It's definitely at least a few hundred women.
Okay, good. And the book, Nobel Prize Women in Science, you said that helped inspire?
Yeah, so I brought this book, which I actually gave out to Railsbridge volunteers at a volunteer appreciation dinner last year. And I was, about 10 years ago, I was looking for role models who were women, who were ahead of me in their careers. And I was then a director of engineering. And it was hard for me to find women who were doing things the way I would do them, who were still staying in technology. And there were just not a lot of women in my network who were taking that path. And I frankly started to wonder whether it was the path for me. Because if I wasn't, maybe there isn't really a path that was exactly what I was interested in doing. And then I read this book, which was referred to me by a college friend who went into biology. And 3 stories into it, I found my role model, who is no longer alive. But,
who was that?
Emmy Noether.
Okay.
Won a Nobel Prize for her work in mathematics. She laid the mathematical foundation for Einstein's theories of relativity.
Okay. And
this was in the early 1900s. And she was the first woman to be paid to be a professor in Germany. And when she was early in her career, she actually taught classes under a man's name because one of the professors would have a class and he'd say, "Oh, Emmy, you can teach this class." And she was just so thrilled to have the opportunity to practice her craft and to teach that to students. And she was so delighted with the opportunity to do math that it didn't stop her. And so I thought, well, I have this peer group of guys who are interested in the same things that I'm interested in. They respect me. We trade ideas. I love this work. I'm just going to ignore the fact that, maybe I'm not getting the recognition that I think I deserve, but I am having the experience that I want to have. And so I'll focus on that. And that led me to where I am now, where I'm a fairly senior technologist, and I'm doing the kind of work I want to do.
So do you have to be a certain age to join?
Nope.
So any teenage girl can be part of devChix?
Absolutely.
Okay. And how do they find out more?
So devchix.com is our blog, and there's a page which will tell you how to subscribe to the list.
Very good.
And I also, can I talk about Railsbridge a little bit?
Absolutely, sure.
So Railsbridge is another organization where I'm the president of Railsbridge. I was one of the founders of the organization, which is not just about Rails, but it came out of a group of Rails engineers that wanted to create the kind of a community that they wanted to be a part of. And one of our projects is the Railsbridge Open Workshops, and we offer free training in Ruby on Rails in weekend workshops, which are mostly workshops aimed at outreach to women. And so we'll have these workshops where any woman can come and a man can come as a guest of a woman.
And where are they?
They have been in 13 cities.
Okay. In
San Francisco, where we started, we have 2 workshops a month. And one is in Ruby on Rails and one is in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then in Chicago, they're happening about once a quarter, and in Seattle, and then in other cities they're just starting.
Excellent, excellent. Sarah, thank you very much, and hope we see you next year at Fluent.
Thank you.
Thank you.